Now, page 4, the Democrat effort to impeach President Trump. It would be foolish to expect anything less than an attempt to impeach Donald Trump. Let's just hope the Keystone cops in the Republican leadership on Capitol Hill are ready for this sad turn of hyper-constitutional events because it's coming. Sure, Maxine Waters might be keeping her big mouth shut right now, but don't worry. As she chairs the House Finance Committee, her sole purpose will be to aid in the phony effort to destroy the 45th president. And the young Turk freshman class of the Democrat caucus, some 63 strong, are chomping at the bit right now to get a political piece of the president. It's going to be impossible for Nancy Pelosi to keep her caucus from bursting at the partisan seams on this issue, as evidenced on the floor of the House this week. The despicable and detestable Congressman from Texas, Al Green, gave us a preview of what is to come later this year.
I rise, Madam Speaker, on behalf of Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution.
Stop the tape. All right. Article 2, Section 2 pertains to the President, the Vice President, and other officers of the United States being impeached, but it pertains not to you, Congressman. So if you're going to go to the floor of the United States House of Representatives and cite the United States Constitution, maybe you actually ought to read it before you try and cite it. It's actually Article 1, Section 8 that pertains to you, Congressman, and your job as a member of the United States House of Representatives. Article 1, Section 3 details the House's and the Congress's role in impeaching a president of the United States. Article 2, Section 2 is under the executive branch, Congressman. You're in the legislative branch. That would be Article 1. That's why Article 1, Section 3 pertains to you. And it details how and why we should remove, and I mean we, because the House represents we the people, how and why we should remove a president of the United States. High crimes and misdemeanors. And remember, the framers of the Constitution, you'll hear pundits go on television and they'll say that impeachment is a political process. They are 100% wrong. This was never intended to be a political process. That's simply their way of dismissing it and minimalizing it. That's what they did when President Clinton was impeached. This is their method of making it very, very minuscule. But of course, they don't want it minuscule with President Trump. But the bottom line is, it is not a political maneuver. This is a constitutional event. And that is what the framers of the Constitution put it in there for a constitutional reason to remove a president of the United States for so-called high crimes and misdemeanors. And don't be misled by that either, because you'll have pundits come on television and they'll tell you there has to be a crime committed. There doesn't have to be a crime committed. The fact is that the framers of the Constitution set up a system where the Congress can impeach a sitting president of the United States for no violation of the law. On the other side of that coin, though, is something very important that pertains to Robert Mueller. A sitting president, the framers of the Constitution would tell you if they were here today, cannot and should not be indicted for a criminal offense, because that would mean any two-bit prosecutor could come in there and indict the President of the United States for political reasons, and then, of course, the President wouldn't be able to execute his duty, his constitutional duty. So there's two sides to the impeachment coin. What we hope is that the Republicans in the House of Representatives will hold these people accountable, the Democrats, and at the same time do what I'm doing right now, and that is educate the American people about what a moron this guy is and how off base he is from a constitutional perspective. That the 45th President of the United States has done zero wrong to warrant an impeachment. He has done nothing wrong. Cutting taxes is not an impeachable offense. Putting constitutionally conservative judges on the Supreme Court is not an impeachable offense. Getting us out of the Iran nuke deal is not an impeachable offense. Getting us out of the Paris Climate Accord is not an impeachable offense. Trying to bolster our United States military and protect our southern border, and even declaring a national emergency to protect our southern flank is not an impeachable offense, Congressman. Name one thing, if you could speak, name one thing that the president has done that is impeachable. There is none.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.